Hey everybody, it's Matt, and I hope you're having a good weekend. And I am here to just about wrap up the Ringo reviews. I got this album, and I've got the new one coming out that came out yesterday. And so let's just get into it. This is "Give More Love," which came out on September 15th of 2017. Got to number 128 in the U.S., so didn't do too well. Typical of Ringo album chart action of the last couple of decades there, but that's is what it is. Your usual cast of running buddies on a Ringo album show up: Joe Walsh, Dave Stewart, Peter Frampton, Van Dyke Parks, and Paul McCartney shows up to play bass and sing on a couple of songs. So that's what we got. We'll look at the cover. Nothing too exciting, but compared to his last 5 or 6 album covers, I guess it's a little bit of an improvement. Not too much. Ringo standing in front of a wall full of graffiti. There's the back. Nothing exciting there. Peace and love and all that. There is the inner sleeve, song listing, who plays what. And there's a whole bunch of Ringos. He's wearing a Stax record label t-shirt. That's kind of cool, I guess. This is one of my albums that I was able to salvage out of the water leak where I lost a bunch of albums about a month or so ago. Unfortunately, wasn't able to save all of them, but this one you can see the water damage, but it still plays fine, and so happy to still have it. Anyway, let's get right on into it. The album opens, side one, "We're on the Road Again." Kind of a 70s rock riff. Kicks the song off. Paul's on here on bass and backing vocals. This is just your, we're getting ready to go on tour again, and well, here we are on tour again, which Ringo has been basically nonstop since 1989, so it's fitting, I suppose. Nice song. It's got a cool scream about midway through it. I'm not sure if that's Ringo or Paul or someone else, but it's nice. It's another one of those Ringo songs that probably shouldn't work, but against all odds, somehow it does. It's a good opener. I'm going to give "We're on the Road Again" an 8. Second song is "Laughable." It's the song that Ringo wrote with Peter Frampton. Ringo wrote all the songs on this album, of course, with help from friends. He co-writes with several people, as he's been doing for the last several albums here. Laughable, not too much there. So-so rocker that's maybe a smidge above so-so, but not by very much. It's one of those out of sight, out of mind songs. When it's playing, you're like, yeah, this is okay. Once it's over, it instantly leaves your memory and you can't even remember it. So I'm going to give Laughable a 5. It's not too much of anything to talk about there. The next song up, and the reason that I mentioned Peter Frampton as the co-writer on Laughable, because the next song, third song, is "Show Me the Way," which is not the old Peter Frampton song, but this is written by Ringo and Steve Lukather, who plays guitar on a lot of tracks on this album. "Show Me the Way" is an adult contemporary ballad, which is not usually my sort of thing, but it's a very nice song. It's got some nice guitar on it. It's a pretty solid little track. Laid back, but a good song. Give "Show Me the Way" a 7. Fourth song is "Speed of Sound," which has a nice sing-songy quality to it. It's just a really nice, solid, deep album track. It's not something that you would pull as a single or look to as the potential hit from the album, but just a good deep track there. So I'm going to give "Speed of Sound" a 7.6, and we're doing doing pretty well there on side one, which we wrap up with the fifth song, which is called "Standing Still." Here's the country song on the Ringo album. Actually, this one has 3 country-ish songs. This one's more kind of a folk song than a country song, but it is slightly country-ish, and it's a nice song. It's a good one. I'm going to give "Standing Still" an 8. And with that, we move on to side 2. First track is King of the Kingdom. The gist of the lyrics being that, Barbara sort of runs the place here. That behind every great man, there's a great woman, that sort of thought. This is sort of a reclined, easy listening number, which again, usually not my cup of tea, but it works here. Edgar Winter's sax and Dave Stewart's guitar really shine on this track. The drums and bass are good too. I like this song. I'm going to give it a 7. Dave Stewart's guitar work on here doesn't exactly sound like, but it does sort of remind me of his guitar work. I guess that was him playing the guitar on the Eurythmics track Would I Lie to You, which is one of my favorite Eurythmics songs. It's not up to that standard of quality, King of the Kingdom, but it's still pretty decent track, so it gets a 7. Second song on side 2 is Electricity. No, this is not the old Captain Beefheart song. That would really be something if it were. This is your, you knew it had to show up at some point. This is Hey, I Was in the Beatles, and Hey, Liverpool, and I Worked in a Factory, and Rory and the Hurricanes. All that stuff, Here We Go Again. It's a pretty good song, I suppose, sort of. I'll give it a 5 for Electricity. Again, another song that you pretty much forget as soon as it's over. Third song is So Wrong for So Long. This is another one of the country songs. This is old-time country sound with pedal steel guitars and so forth on it. I guess this is about Ringo's meeting Barbara and falling in love with her, is what I get from the lyrics. Ringo's in good voice on this song, and he's in pretty strong, pretty good voice throughout the album, I should add. 7.5 for So Wrong for So Long. The fourth song, and now I'm convinced it's a conspiracy because you had the 2 car song titles on the 2 Ringo albums before this, which were not covers of the old car songs. They were new songs written by Ringo that just happened to share titles with car songs. And here we go again, Shake It Up. And it's not the Cars, and no, it's not as good as Shake It Up. It's one of my favorite car songs. But I don't know what Ringo's car fixation is around these years, but it's obvious that it's there. This Shake It Up is a rockabilly song, something I could see Jerry Lee Lewis singing. Kind of trite, kind of cliche, but it's enjoyable enough to get a 6. It's energetic and upbeat little song, so it's not a bad little song. It gets a 6. The album ends with Give More Love. So far, we've been spared from the peace and love mantra, but you didn't really think you were going to get through a Ringo album without it, did you? And of course you're not. Here it is. And again, I credit him for being positive in a world that's not very positive and trying to put good vibes out there, so I can't fault him too much. But yet, peace and love, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. I give it a 4. This album, overall, I give it a 6.8. It's better than the album before it, the Postcards from Paradise, which was just so-so. It's actually a pretty good little album for putting on and just kicking back and listening to, or putting on when you're doing stuff, working or doing stuff around the house. The tracks are pretty good when you're listening to it. The drawback, again, on this album is that there's no real standout hit. I guess We're on the Road Again, and I don't know. That's about it. Maybe Give More Love, even though it's not a very good song. But there's just some pretty good songs, but nothing really standouts tracks, I would say. And but it's good to listen to. Just put it on and sort of kick back and listen to it. 6.8, not a bad late career effort from Ringo. As for his new album, I ordered it. I guess I got it yesterday. I took the week off from work. I had my stuff delivered to work. It's just easier that way. So I won't actually get the thing until Monday. I haven't heard. I've uh, purposely gone out of my way not to listen to any of the tracks that came out early, but I did hear today Thank God for Music, I think it was called, on the Beatles station, and I thought that was a pretty good song, but just heard that one listen. It sort of had me thinking, no wonder if Ringo heard That's Why God Made the Radio, the Beach Boys song from 2012, and that's where he got the idea for that. Possibly, possibly not. I think That's Why God Made the Radio is a better song than Thank God for Music, but I thought Thank God for Music was pretty catchy and pretty good. I haven't heard Grow Old With Me. I haven't heard the title track. I think that was released early, What's My Name. So I just, it kind of was not happy with Abbey Road. They played, I think, all of those extra tracks on the Beatle channel a month or so before the album came out, started playing them. And I like to come to an album not knowing anything and just go in fresh and just let it surprise me. So that's why I tend to avoid that. So I'll get that Monday. I'll give it a listen. I don't know when I'll do a review of it. I may just do sort of seen several people on here, Joe and several others who've done sort of first impression, first takes on it. So I might do something like that after I listen to it a few times. But that will wrap up Ringo, and then I can, I guess, move on to John. Maybe I'll move on to John. Maybe I'll move on to someone else and come back to John later. I'm not really sure yet because there's some other groups and some other people that I'm wanting to do reviews on. And yeah, it's I'm sure it's a shock to everybody that Ringo managed to forge a 30 plus year solo career of, I think, 20 albums or whatever he's released, and that even though most people wrote him off after the mid 70s, I think that it's also maybe shocking to some degree that he still manages to turn out a good song here and there. And so yeah, kudos to Ringo, and I'll be back with my final thoughts on his new album, or my initial thoughts on his new album sometime here in the next week or so, and then I'll move on to some other things to review. Take care, keep smiling, peace and love.